Yeah, there's women who want to behave like men now.
That is not that a good thing, because there is this women empowerment, equity, and equality, and
I don't know, man.
because like now
is this
it's
why you
what
guys
they
come
want.
to university? So you guys think like this? Don't tell me about women empowerment and everything else. Women just want to find a way for certain women to get to the front of the finish line. So they use the fact that other women don't have roles, and then they shame women that have roles in the household. You're working for them.
That's the system, the capitalist system.
It's not just the capitalist, it's the stupidity system. It's not being able to look up and say, oh shit, the pandemic should have taught us everything. If you feel like you're an ANC supporter, right, you've been a loyal ANC supporter your whole entire life, and the ANC is failing you, the best thing you can do is not vote at all.
We need your
vote. No.
I understand. We know you as someone who is always on the media, sharing his thoughts. So many of us don't really know who Nota is. They don't know like the companies that you have built, the companies that you were leading. So briefly, to I'm at 2000 for a catch up.
No, I think they know.
Yes.
Yeah.
The relationship that you have with Questa, how you contributed in his career, if I put it that way.
Yeah, I think they know.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think they know.
Yeah. Now
people are very astute these days. Yes. So this mic picks up everything.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
One of the things like
I think I saw you interviewing DJ Spool, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So he also did it here.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
It's a great man. He's a very humble man. He's an angel. I don't know what is your experience with him, but with me, he's a great man.
Yeah.
Very, very, very great man.
Yeah.
One of the things I'm interested in, like knowing your thoughts. Recently, we've just learned that a man who has been fighting for his battle for over 2 decades has finally won it. Has managed to get a few billions under his name. The Vodacom saga and the police call thing. What do you feel about it, to see a black man fighting, I can say, white capitalism, but at the end being able to win?
Well, I mean, is he fighting white capitalism? Or is he fighting the state? Who started Vodacom? The post office.
Yes.
Yes, the communications company. Telcom. But so that's who started Vodacom in the first place. And when Vodacom was started, the guy who headed it up was the former head of the post office under the apartheid government. Yeah.
But like, even if like he's fighting the state, I still like feel most of the things under the state, they're kind of like more into white capitalism.
I mean, but either way, it's just who runs the country, who presides over the country. It's the state. So he's up against the state. The state is basically an enemy of black people. That's all there is to it.
So what do you feel about seeing him finally having a victory on his side?
Well, I mean, yeah, everyone has to fight. That's it.
Should you also like talk about this mental issues thing?
No.
Why? Like, are you not concerned that like we are losing a few people in entertainment industry because of it?
I feel like a lot of people get attention from claiming that they've got mental issues.
But that those you can like really, really see that this one has a mental, for an example, Zohara, we used to see that she's
substance abuse problem.
Not all of them. Maybe don't you think it's because they're not okay mentally, they're dealing with a lot, then they go to drugs?
I mean, any excuse will do.
Because like in entertainment industry, there's so much pressure that people who expect you to do a certain
in life, there's pressure though. There's people who don't have anything to eat everywhere.
And there are those who have billions of dollars.
Forget that.
Millions of,
Forget that. It's just life is pressure, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's women who wake up every single morning at 3 a.m. to go and make amakwenya and takes her child to university, and the child graduates at Wits.
But like, I think if we talk about this mental thing, I think
There are men who spend
they can prepare the
every single waking day. You see, when the sun is up, they're underground. When the sun is down, they're in their hostels. And that's what they do every single day. They go into the belly of the earth, kilometers down.
Yeah.
Do you know how deep these shafts go? South Africa's got some of the deepest shafts, man. Some of them like even go as deep as 13 kilometers down.
Yes. I know that.
Yeah. Now, have you heard that these people have a whole entire shaft, cut the cable, and they all committed suicide? They killed themselves.
I think with us as a people, we have different ways.
No, why? Why is that? Because they don't have TikTok.
The environment around us.
Exactly. No, they don't have TikTok. That's why. So if they kill themselves, no one's gonna know about it. It's not gonna trend. It's not gonna be in the news.
Yeah.
So that's why they don't do it. But the ones that have TikTok, social media, and everything else, they're the ones that are killing themselves. Why? Because they see, okay, this one killed himself. Now he gets all this attention. This one does this. This one does this. At least let me be a hero. Let me be on the news for the first time in my life. Or the last time. Or whatever.
Concerning about the mental issue, you find at times people who write articles about you, sometimes you find them claiming that Nota is dealing with these issues, is depressed. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, like, what can I say?
Yeah, I read something one day. They said Nota has every time to do everything else except doing his own thing. What do you feel about that?
I mean, is that true? Would I have, when you started this question and answer session with talking about everything I've accomplished,
which is legendary,
and then you entertain something like that.
So you just go about your business. You don't mind like whatever naysayers say or write about.
I mean, what can they say? I've done the impossible. So yeah. I mean, there isn't anyone who can say anything about me who's achieved as much as I've achieved. So, it becomes very difficult to take anyone else seriously. But I take myself seriously, so I don't entertain it.
And as of my 2000, mostly we're influenced by the Instagram life, the social media life, and we end up doing things that we think they are great. There is this. It's a norm nowadays. I don't know how you feel about this thing of sugar daddies and everything, like just to live that glamorous Instagram life, which at times is not what is portrayed to be.
Yeah, it's because you niggas are weak.
What do you mean weak?
Like, you see, back in my day, right, when I was younger, you wouldn't date certain girls because the guys from where they come from are gonna fuck you up. Doesn't matter how rich you are or whatever, you know what I mean? You wouldn't date girls from that hood because, niggas are not gonna allow that. Y'all allow your age mates, girls, to just do whatever. You see them in the club, whatever. You like Ankuzan as peers.
But they will tell you, don't I have the liberty and the right to do whatever I want? It's nothing.
No. If you allowed women to do what they want, where would the civilization be?
It's a democratic country.
That's the thing, is that you guys think democracy is like something that's practical. No, it's a concept. You know what I mean? But there's a society that's built before there's democracy. And the society's got certain norms. And you need to understand that women are like incapable of taking care of themselves. They know that.
taking care of themselves.
For whatever it is, a woman cannot survive on her own. There's nothing that women do that they've done on their own.
There is this concept.
Right
of
now, we're not floating
independence.
in the air. We're sitting on chairs that are man-made.
Do you know Hidden Figures? A movie by, I think it's Tyler Perry.
They always have these stories.
Yes.
Yes, Hidden Figures, yes. Do you know Space Race?
No, I don't.
About the men who are actually trying to be astronauts, who had to actually get into the Air Force, who had to actually fly planes, not sitting in air-conditioned rooms doing mathematical calculations where it's comfortable. The thing is this, is that we always project this black woman's progression. And we forget about, okay, at what cost did that black woman's progression have to come? Some black man had to sacrifice his life so this black girl could get a position at the table so that she could be used because she's less threatening than a black man. Because the black man is the gardener, he sits outside. The black woman is the real house Negro.
Most of the time, like I'm a film student. I'm doing film, like everything just behind the scenes. So like I'm interested in most of the things that are happening. You'll find like in class or even on social media, women like saying it's hard for them to break into the industry.
No, it's not hard. Everything is very simple for them.
Also,
It's they're lazy. They don't want to do hard work. They don't want to do hard work. That's why it's hard. That's why they complain.
no, like they say it's a male-dominated industry.
Everything's male dominated. All those men work hard. You think if those men weren't working hard, they'd be dominating?
Maybe connection.
Connections how?
Yeah,
Which
you
connection
know-
did you use to get it?
I know this guy that can film.
No,
So I
but
asked
you
him.
guys are here to do the work.
Yes.
And we're the girls that are your age. They're out there sucking someone's dick. Because that's easier. They're not doing work here. That's why girls are never there. Because it's much easier to suck someone's dick. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. Girls will say, oh no, you don't invest in, you give a girl everything. You invest, oh no, I want to start a business. What business you want to start? I want to sell flowers. What experience do you have in selling flowers? Where's your business plan? You haven't even gotten to the executive summary. What does your business do? Tell me. Pitch to me. Let me be Shark Tank. I've got all the money. You've got business ideas. You want me to invest in? You tell me which business you're going to do. If I say, okay, fine, I'm going to get you a McDonald's franchise, are you going to clean those toilets? You're going to take that 6-month scrubbing course and everything else? You're going to be able to clean that motherfucker inside out? No, you won't. You understand? And yet now we are beholden to people who don't want to do the work, that are lazy, that don't want to go underground, 13 kilometers down in the trenches.
I've read in the news, or I've watched some of the news reporters saying that the women who are actually going underground for mining.
Yeah, there's women who want to behave like men now.
That is not that a good thing, because there is this women empowerment, equity, and equality, and
I don't know, man.
Because like now,
is this why you guys come to university? So you guys think like this?
No,
I'm just saying, like it's practical.
I think
dog, hold on. There's tungsten,
yes.
filament, wolfram. Right there. That's the reason why there's light here. You understand? And then there's an electrical charge that goes into that tungsten and heats it up. How many women dig for that coal that gives us that electrical charge?
I don't know.
How many women drive the trucks? How many women build the power stations? Huh? How many women mine the iron or the aluminium, and were there in the heat of the smelter? And then for everything that you see here, this fabric, everything. You just think about that. In fact, we were on tar roads that were man-made. Understand? Exactly. So don't tell me about women empowerment and everything else. Women just want to find a way for certain women to get to the front of the finish line. So they use the fact that other women don't have roles, and then they shame women that have roles in the household. You understand? When last did you hear this woman raised 13 children, 10 of them got degrees, diplomas, and everything else? She took care of them, she made them strong, they're well nourished, and look at them. Those are the things that women used to be able to do. You know what I mean? That they can brag about. We're not empowering women to do what they naturally do. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. Like, even when you guys work in film, when you got girls on your team, make them cook. Make them do womanly things. Why? Because they need to do those things. Those are the things that make them feel happy.
Totally have a qualification. Have a degree.
Make that bitch cook. Let me tell you something. My sister has a PhD. When I go to her house, all she's doing is cooking for me. She's so excited. Oh, I cooked this. Oh, I cooked this. I cooked this. Oh, taste it. And then she stands there watching me and she's so happy. She's never that happy at work. Ever. Ever. And then she talks about it. Oh, at work, this. I once offered her to pay her a salary to do her own thing, to make documentaries. I said, I'll pay you a salary, you can make documentaries, you can cook for me and everything else. And then she went back to work, and the feminism, the ego, the empowerment got into her head. Imagine your brother's paying you a salary. All you can do is film documentaries when you want to, then you just cook him food because you like cooking anyway. You love cooking. Wouldn't that be a wonderful life?
Dude.
You understand? Follow your passions. That's what women are good at, following their passions. Not applying themselves, because they make the easy decisions every time. Every single time. The most convenient decision, that's the one they choose.
It's a very sensitive topic, this one.
What?
The women one. Very sensitive.
No, it's not sensitive.
It is.
No. Why is it sensitive? It's sensitive because you go to like universities and they train you to be woke. I'm telling you.
Just to wrap this one up. These days you see so many divorces on social media of people who are in entertainment industry. As much as soon as I can say,
I wouldn't say just entertainment industry, I say in general. Like, you know,
as soon as they make money, they divorce.
No, it's not even about making money. It's about the state of the economy. The economy is not supportive of relationships. The economy is breaking families and households apart. Like I said, a woman cannot be happy unless she's just in the kitchen all day cooking. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's it. Sorry, man.
No. I understand. This one is a very big one. I don't want to get myself into
I'm
trouble.
serious. Like if a woman could just chill at home the whole day, cooking, cleaning, you come home, she was painting. Oh, I made a painting. Oh, look at this painting. Oh, it's so nice. Hang it up on the wall. Nice. Oh, so nice. Oh, look, I redecorated the flowers. Oh, lovely. Oh, why did you redecorate them? Oh, no, I don't know. Oh, the other decoration was also nice, but this one is also nice. Oh, yes. Oh, that's so lovely. Oh, yes. And I was on Alibaba today, and oh, I got this other what, and it's coming. Oh, and I also got you something. Oh, yes, it's a new shaver. What, because your other one. Oh, so lovely.
You are a man, as I said in my intro, who has accomplished so much at your age, and I hope you started earlier on when you were still young, around my age. I'm in my 20s.
Started long before you. I wasn't lazy.
It's not lazy.
It is.
You started earlier on.
As soon as I could think for myself, I started.
you have done a lot, and then you had your fair share in challenges. There's a time where you had to restart and go back to Elokshi, and you stayed there.
No, I never went back to Elokshi.
Yeah.
I moved to Elokshi.
Okay, you moved.
How can
to
I go back to
Elokshi.
Elokshi, dog? I was already in the north.
You moved.
The north is home. I went there because it was convenient. It would cost me 200 rand a day to drive my mother's Mercedes to the hood every day, and that was petrol. You understand? So I saved the petrol. You know, that's it.
So after like now you are in the township trying to save the cost. How did you manage to pick yourself up and be back again at your feet doing your thing?
I didn't pick myself up. I wasn't down.
Yeah.
I was in a process. Like, you know what I mean?
Cause like DJ Spoo told us, like, or he always say that if you feel you are no longer maintaining a certain lifestyle, it's not a bad thing to go back home and reset your mind.
Yeah, no, I mean, like the
Shit.
first time I went, I moved back home. I guess, it was just a cost saving thing because I couldn't afford to stay outside of my home. You know, so that was the reason why. And then other than that, you know, damn, I don't know why I've got red marks on both these sides. Okay, it's funny. Other than that, I haven't really gone back. Like the reason why I went back home is because now I got an apartment. I was dating a girl at the time who lived in Cape Town, so I got an apartment so that she could also have a place to stay outside of the normal student accommodation. So I practically gave up my Joburg apartment to have a Cape Town apartment, and then I lived at home. And then I knew that whenever I go to Cape Town, at least I've got an apartment, so I didn't really practically live at home. And then she moved up to Joburg as well, so that was practically the same situation where she lived in an apartment, and you know, I was at home, and then after that relationship ended, I moved back in with my homie at the time, Younger, and then we stayed together from 2017 till 2019.
Yeah.
In 2019, I was like, nah, I'm staying by myself, solo dolo. And then, yeah,
You and
that's been it.
others in the industry have contributed a lot.
And in 2023, I said, okay, let me also stay overseas as well a bit.
I'm coming to the overseas one. I'm coming. I saw an episode. I saw an episode in the Hustler's Corner. You shot with DJ Spoo when he was in New York. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm coming to that. There's something I wanna say about that one.
Okay,
I'm coming. Cool. And now you are back. You're doing your thing. 2020, 2019, 2020, you went overseas. Just around that from 2018, 2019, 2020 COVID times, Amapia now started like those years to take off and booming. They kind of took hip hop out of the game, kind of outshine the hip hop.
Yeah, I'll say December 2018.
Yeah.
That's where
they started to outshine hip hop.
Yeah, no, I was obsessed with December 2018. That's all I was listening to. I was listening to piano all day, every day.
A whole hip hop man.
And that's the thing, is that like in the crew, in my team, like there's this other young guy at the time. His name is Rico. So now he was like listening to drill, Pop Smoke, and all that shit. I was like, fuck. Here's another one of these foreign genres that these kids are gonna go crazy about and lose their minds. And I started listening to this drill shit. I started listening, and I was like, it's not gonna last. It's not gonna last. Like, no, piano is coming.
Yeah.
I could tell, no, this is a storm that's coming. It's coming strong. Like I knew that it was coming even since before then. Since when Gom
Yes, yes.
was killing it, I knew that piano is next, and piano is gonna take Gom out of fashion. You know what I mean? So, but even so, like I would have never thought that like a whole lot of things happened. Like the pandemic also helped piano.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because what happened is that um, it blew it up. It got it to cross the what you call the border.
Mm.
And usually, what happens with South African genres is that they reach a certain saturation point, and then once we lose excitement for it, we will look for the next thing that's gonna, like even now, people are like very excited about three step. You know, sorry, man. I spent a lot of years biting my nails. So
I
the reason
do
why
that.
I grow my nails, people don't
I do
don't believe in my concept, but I'm re-strengthening my nails by just growing them long as well, you know. And so like this is the first time I've grown them long and they haven't broken at all. You know what I mean? So like that's how I test it. If I can grow them for like 3 months or longer and they don't break, it means that they're stronger now. And then yeah, once my nails are fully strong and once they stop ingrowing at the edges, I'll be free from the damages of years of biting my nails because it's done lots of damage to my hands. So with the current um what you call trajectory of Amapiano, it's got enough of a velocity, right? Um, to reach the critical mass that it needs to do to then basically break South African music as a whole.
You said like pandemic helped Amapiano to grow. Like Amapiano is all about having fun, enjoying, vibing, hyping. So
No, it's not all about that. I wouldn't say that.
most of the songs are about
No, I
that.
wouldn't say that.
Um,
I wouldn't say that. I'd say minority of the songs are about having fun and enjoying.
which songs do you listen to? 'Cause
Imithandazo. Yeah, it's more like a prayer.
there is this one Dabula by maybe I'm more selective because like songs I'm into like
Izenzo.
vibe. Izenzo. You see, it's
That's
hyping
not
and
about.
also
That's about
and
overcoming struggle. That's about triumph.
inspiring.
Yes, I
It's
wouldn't.
happy
Yeah,
and inspiring
it's
to
about.
say.
It's about hope.
Wait,
It's about
happen.
perseverance. It's about like yeah. So like yeah, anyone that describes Amapiano as music that's about having a good time and everything else is slandering it. That's libelous.
And now most of the people I can say just there's so many young people right now who have managed to attain success because of our piano. Looking at what is this? This Master KG company, the record label, has managed to bring so many young people and give them opportunities that includes Nkosazana and a daughter and everyone else. So looking at this, looking at the things that Amapiano is achieving now, where do you see the future of Amapiano going in the next 10 years?
Well, I already said that it's going to be the thing that's going to break South African music globally, like as a whole. That's it.
Because already now, I heard that people have sold the rights to own their own music to overseas companies.
I haven't heard that.
I had like they're selling the rights to overseas companies, and there was this debate to say Amapiano already now has taken over the world. There's no need to do that. they need us more than we do need them, because we can distribute our own music digitally these days. It's no longer like,
Well, we can't really distribute our own music digitally.
we just need to sign up on their platform.
So that means that they control our distribution, which means they can take us off at any point in time. I'm just saying, what are you guys doing at all these universities? Like, wasting time, not doing anything.
No, like it's still distributing your own music.
What
on
are
their
you doing?
platform.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What
Maybe
is it
we
doing?
don't
Tell
know.
me. I'll tell you what Harvard is doing.
Us here.
Harvard is doing Meta.
Yeah.
Yes, that's Mark Zuckerberg. That's what Harvard is doing. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I can tell you what Wharton School of Business is doing, SpaceX and Tesla.
But our curriculum.
That's what I'm doing. I'm saying, who are you producing? The curriculum. Elon Musk studied in the same curriculum. He went to the same high schools, did the same curriculum as you and I. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh, they moved like.
What are you talking about? He finished his high school here. What are you talking about?
I think like you need a curriculum to sharpen you on how to develop.
That he did the same curriculum as us. What are you talking about? So that's what I'm saying, that you guys are not doing anything. You're not doing anything. You're talking to me because I did something. I didn't just go to university. I dropped out 3 times, but I was doing something. That's the reason why I didn't have time to come to class. But university students are not doing anything. They're not producing anything. There's nothing I can say, oh, this student produced this. This is a good... This...
It's a vet product, this one. It's a student. A
vet
student.
tech. It's a UJ product.
No, DJ Spool is from UJ, but his partner
No.
is from vet.
Dude, come on. Come on. His partner is a producer. This thing is a marketing product. Every single success of Mofaya is based on marketing. 100% DJ Spool. Even if this shit tasted like shit. You understand?
My favorite.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
My favorite.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So, that's what I'm saying. Don't get upset, nigga. I wasn't dissing
No. I'm just saying.
The thing I got upset is like, it's my favorite, this one. This is my favorite.
Cherry Boom Tropicals, like, it's my favorite.
That's my chill. It's my favorite. I like this one.
And you mentioned, I told you like I will come to the overseas one, and I just want to thank you, because the time you were in New York, that's the time you discovered about us. That's the time you followed us, and I just want to say thank you, bro. It means a lot for us.
No problem.
It really means a lot. Thank you so much
for
that. To see someone who inspires us in what they have achieved. I will reiterate this, almost at our age. He was doing his thing. And
no, you see, that's the thing. You see, the reason why I didn't want you to focus on the age is that's the thing, that you guys compare. Okay, your age mates. Oh, this one has done this, and we don't all start from the same. Starting line. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're not all running on the same racetrack. So, like I said, I started when I was a kid, like really young. You know what I mean? Like in high school. Like,
So 2020 you were in overseas. What made you to want
2020
to go?
I was in overseas. No, I was not. I was home. I just arrived from overseas. I just arrived from New York. I think on the 19th of December. That's the day I arrived.
That's the year.
I was sick as a dog. No, 2019. I was sick as a dog, and I knew that the world was about to end.
So this recent one.
So then 2 weeks later, I made an album. I recorded it. I finished it. Had it released by the 28th of February, because I knew that the world was going to go into lockdown. Had an entire rollout and everything else. Got 2 number ones. And that's how I closed out 2020. So I started the new decade.
Recently, like being in New York, I don't know what you were busy with. Maybe you can tell us what made you to move to overseas.
No, I was just expanding my business. That's it. It's a new market, expanding my business. I've already done everything that can be done in South Africa.
distributing music business?
Just businesses.
You
Just
don't wanna
businesses.
you don't wanna share
Just
with
bus-
us.
just
It
well, I mean, my
inspires
businesses
us.
are intellectual property, so once they're protected,
Yeah.
I can share.
Now we're
Yeah.
looking forward.
But
Like,
while I'm still in the process of building them, I can't really share. You know what I mean? It's the people always say, "Oh no, we never used to hear about you." Yeah, because we're still building. Yes,
It's
you
a
shouldn't be
dope-
talking if
dope
you're still
thing.
building.
Yes.
You understand? Now that I've been able to build stuff, then that's when I can talk about it and I can share from experience. You know what I mean? That's what I like. You know, I also feel like also, you know, people get inspired by sometimes the wrong things. They like see me and they see me being very critical on things. I am critical on things because I've built stuff. You understand? And therefore, I know the process. I know what it takes. I know how to appreciate it. So I know how to compliment those people that deserve it, and I know how to criticize those people that are, you know, going about it in the wrong way. So a lot of people see that, and then they want to emulate that, and it's like, no, you can't emulate that because you haven't built anything. You understand what I'm saying?
That is why, like, on something like, I can't like fully 100% agree with you because I'm not in the same level as you. I've not achieved what you have achieved.
Yeah,
So
but
you are speaking
that's
from
not
a
what you should be
different-
saying. That's not what you should be saying.
You are
No,
speaking
you shouldn't
from,
be saying I can't agree with you. You can't be saying I can't agree with you.
no.
How are you closing yourself to agreement? Which means that I'm assuming that whatever I know, right, could disprove whatever you're saying. So therefore, I need to close the door on agreeing with you.
I'm not saying I can't agree, but like I can't speak on that level.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I can't speak on that level.
Yeah.
Not agree. I can't
But
speak
yeah,
on that
yeah,
level
yeah.
because
Okay, cool.
I don't have that.
I'm very
experience.
pedantic, so like
Yes.
I need you to use the exact correct word.
Yes, I'm not in the same
Like
level.
you need to be direct because I'm like, hold on, I need to know exactly what you mean. Okay, cool. Yeah, but that's not the point of what I'm saying. The point of what I'm saying is this: is that right now we're talking about this content economy, right? That people are making themselves a part of, you know, and I mean, I've been part of this thing for a long time, like working in it, like fully, like 100% dedicated to it, maybe since 2007, let's say, you know. So that is like roughly how many years? 17 years now, right? Okay. That's a pretty long time.
Some of us are around 6.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
a long time. So it's a long time.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't remember most of the things happened.
You know,
2007.
Like it's like a fully grown adult in this thing, you know. So that's why I say I don't want people to emulate me because they see an opinionated persona that they gravitate towards because people respond to that. You know what I mean? I want them to emulate the dedication to hard work and to the completion of tasks. You know, once you've completed enough projects, like to complete an album is tough. I'm trying to make my own album right now and I'm struggling to complete it. You know what I mean? It's so hard. Like I've worked with so many artists I've produced, right? And they always struggle to complete their products, right? And therefore my job is to decide, okay, now we're done. Yeah. Like, yeah, well, whatever I'm taking whatever you've got and I'm going to take this. And then the next time you hear it, it's going to be your album. You know what I mean? So the completion of tasks, like those things. And I mean, like the things that people only celebrate the accolades. The fact that you even had an album to submit, that's
an achievement.
You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Winning 12 summers in a career, you know, of projects that you've worked on. As unprecedented as that is, you know, for me, that the fact that that is necessary for people to actually understand the level of achievement, it dampens my efforts because that really wasn't the work. The real work was the hours that I spent in studio the hours that I spent listening, the hours that I spent just going to people. Like most of the work that I do, right, is research that I do just by being a person who's personable. Like I can just sit with anybody anywhere. You know what I mean?
Can say
And
that
I absorb.
you do
Yeah.
research, because like you have a way to back up everything you say, to back your argument and everything. One example, when you were talking up with Justice about Cass filling up the dome, was like he's the first one. We're like, no, some other people were doing. You mentioned the name, and from that I could say like you don't only make music, you do study music. You do study that.
I study everything. I don't study music. I study everything. 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 That's the thing. That the thing that, oh, Nota, you know a lot about everything. I study everything about everything. You understand? My favorite place used to be the Joburg City Library. I used to sit whatever, -2 or -4 in the archives. That was my place. I used to run that mother. Because I was distilling the knowledge. Things that you guys learn from textbooks, you learn from novels, you learn from books. Books are misleading because they give you a summary. I learned from newspaper archives. Newspaper archives, each and every single article is a detailed explanation of that particular subject at that point in time. And if you read through the newspaper archives through a story and you follow it from start to finish, you get much more granular detail from reading the newspaper articles that are written about a certain subject than you do from reading about the subject as a chapter in a book.
I agree with the textbook giving a summary, because like a lot of things I studied about Steve Biko, now when you make more depth research, you discover new things and so like I agree.
When you start searching for primary sources, yes, and then you go to the original interviews and the original transcripts and stuff like that, and that's the things that you learn from, the things like, okay, let me tell you, another thing is that I had a sister who was 6 years older than me, so that's like a secret weapon. She had the experience to learn the things, and I had to emulate her to clearly in our household. They rewarded us for our brightness. They didn't really care much about our athletic ability, even though, because they had the first child being a girl. So when your first child's a girl, you don't really obsess too much about athletic ability. You want your son to play soccer or whatever. You know what I mean? So brightness and all that stuff. She did music and everything else. So if she was at the stage where she could read, as a baby, I'm learning, I'm seeing, okay, my sister can read. I'm going to pick up books. I force myself to read. That's why I learned how to read at 4. You know what I mean?
At 4.
Yes. And once you read, you cannot stop reading. You cannot look at letters and think, okay, what is that? You know what I mean? As soon as you see SONY, you see Sony in your head. You have to think that it's SONY. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the camera reading there.
No.
So you know what I mean? So
I know what you're talking about.
The practice also comes from observing, and kids like learn from one another. That's why I don't even believe in the concept of school. Like I see people taking their kids to school. I wouldn't take my kids to school, even though I might take them to maybe the schools that I went to. Yes, yeah, but I wouldn't even take my kids to school. I'd rather families, like all of you and your cousins, your kids are roughly around the same age. Bring them all to grandma's house. Let them all have the textbooks and study, and like hire someone to teach all the kids in the family. And then your kids have got your values, and your kids won't come back dressed like a girl and tell you that it's gender exchange day.
Don't you think like school?
You understand what I'm saying? School doesn't sharpen anything. At school, black kids get taught to go home and disrespect their parents. That's the education system.
Someone said, you know what you're saying? Triggering my mind, man. Like when I'm looking at you, I have this thing. I don't know how many people are able to do this. Whenever someone talks to me and says something, I generate pictures in my mind.
Yeah, everybody does that.
I generate pictures, and you mention things. I'm traveling with you wherever.
Yeah,
like you're saying.
You're sitting there in front of your grandmother's house. Yes, it's visual. It's not that I don't do that deliberately. That's the thing, is that I'm giving an explanation, but laced in my explanation is a story. So I'm not telling you a particular or personal story, but I'm telling you a relatable story. So I'm telling you about all your cousins at your grandmother's house. Now, whether it be Christmas, Easter, whatever, you've all been all your cousins at your grandmother's house. So now you relate that story. Now I change that story and say, no, it's not school holidays anymore. It's summer school. So now there's a teacher inside the house and all your cousins, all of you are learning, all of you are lying on the same bed, waking up, doing that whole entire thing. Hey, let's check each other's homework. Okay, whatever. Oh no, this one copied from, but your cousins, your family. The knowledge is staying within the family. Right now, all of you are in individual parts, even as siblings. You don't even help your own brother with his homework. My sister never helped me with my homework. Like when I was struggling at school, my sister wouldn't help me study. But you know what she did? She helped me by creating an environment where I could learn. Like even this guy, what's this guy who's the president's advisor? I forgot what is his name. But all of these guys, there's another guy, Chris Molekani or whatever. There's who was the guy? Vitz guy. He used CSID. Webb. No, the one Webb. Is it Simon Webb? Who was at the competition commission, was the head of the competition commission at some point in time. But it's fine. Either way, my sister, I would go from high school to come sit. My sister was working here, and then I have access to all these academics and everything else, and see the work that they're doing. See, okay, fine. I had access to all of that stuff.
No one taught me how to read, even my teachers. I taught myself.
Yeah, exactly. But did they teach you how to research?
No.
You see, that's what I learned from my sister. You understand? I learned about a bibliography when I was 6 years old. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, okay, fine. So, you go through so that's the source material. Oh, okay, fine. So now when I'm reading through books, I'm at the library because my sister's studying, and then I'm reading through the books, and then I'm going through the bibliography, and I'm going to the source material, and then I'm at the library, so I've got access to the actual source material. So I'm, okay, fine. And then I go to City Library, they've got archives. Oh, I can even dig deeper. Oh my goodness. As a kid who's obsessed with discovery. It's like you know what I mean? It's like damn, it was like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Because for me, knowledge is like chocolate. Like I like the way I consume knowledge, I'm obsessed with the consumption of knowledge. Like I devise plans for me to be able to consume knowledge as quickly as possible so that I can make use of the only 24 hours that we've got in a day that we all share. All 8 billion of us. You know what I mean? So I just feel like the way in which we educate our families is just inconsistent with building generational wealth.
Yeah.
Because now you're separating your kids. You train them since they're kids. Okay, this one is this one. Oh, okay, and then every Christmas it's like, oh, Ubano Pasegash. Oh, this one, Ubano Tournament distinctions. Oh, okay, this one is Goko's favorite or whatever. Now he has a big house and everything else, looked down on all these other cousins. They don't build together. They don't do anything. Meanwhile, the Rothschilds are marrying each other's cousins. You know what I mean? And then they own your money. So you're working to have something that they own.
That's the system we're born.
You're working for them.
That's the system. It's a capitalist system.
It's not just the capitalist system, it's the stupidity system. It's not being able to look up and say, oh shit, the pandemic should have taught us everything. It's like people think that no, it's like, why people were saying all those things, oh no, this guy is having a mental breakdown or whatever. It's like, dude, the world stops, the pandemic stops everything. Now, okay, I'm not distracted by the bullshit that, pays my bills or whatever. I can actually look at the world. And I'm like, oh fuck, the world's gone crazy. And then the guy who stands up and says the world's gone crazy, he's the one that's looked at by all the lunatics saying, hey, he's crazy. And I'm watching you lunatics.
So do you talking about that, do you feel like when someone is sharing his honest opinion or views about things is labeled a certain way because the society teaches us to speak in a particular way? You can't say this.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That school is making you stupid. That's the whole entire time, is to make you impractical. The reason why I'm so successful is because I didn't listen at school.
You were disobedient.
Yes. I never did my homework. Ever. Ever. I did my own work.
Yeah.
Yes. I worked on myself. I invested in myself.
Still doing the same.
I understand. And there was nothing you could do to stop me. The problem was this, né? There was a time where, like, I was in Durban because I went, I think, sometime. I wasn't probably in matric or something. So I went to Durban. I went for some show, And I spent it there, but I booked my own flight. I had to pay for my own flight. You know what I mean?
You're
So
still
they
in high
couldn't stop
school.
me. Yeah, I was still in high school. And I came into school after like first break because like the flight obviously landed at 8 or 9 in the morning. And yeah, I had to then, make my way to school after the flight. Like when I was interviewing 50 Cent. Did you see that video of me interviewing 50 Cent? I wasn't actually supposed to be in class. I went to Lansera Airport. I said, I'm going to school after second break. It's fine. I'm going to go speak to 50. You know what I mean? So, like, I could do that because I had the means to do that with my own money. There was no parent that could stop me because I had my own money. I was making my own money. So I could have done that to do whatever. I could have done that and made a shitload of babies and, done a whole lot. No, but I was disciplined. I had my goals. I knew what I was doing. I was focused on business.
It reminded me of Cat Medians. They said something about like being an independent kid, open-minded at a very young age.
But I told you about that already. I told you. I already
Yes.
started reading at 4. I already understood things from a very young age. So as soon as I started thinking for myself, I started doing for myself. That was it.
What you have done most of the things in the entertainment industry. You have produced music, you have released albums that won so many awards. You have helped
I've signed artists.
You have helped artists.
I've discovered artists.
Yeah.
I've gotten artists to the Grammys.
Did partnership with Blueberry and others. What is left for Nota to do now? I feel like you've done the most.
Well, here I've done it all.
What is left now?
Here I've done it all. You know what I mean? There's nothing left to do.
But I feel like every time someone has to, whenever they're sitting like, I've done this, I've done that, but I wish to do this and that, always have a project to challenge yourself. Nota Baloyi, he said, never arrive. Always like have something to say. This is when I want to be. But let me. I'm going into movies now. I want to have a production company, make films. Now I have networking overseas. Make films and see how it goes. Use
I'm doing like lots of projects, but like I said, like while I'm still in the process, I don't talk about my things. Yeah, dude, you know what I mean?
I wish you all the best.
Yeah, that's it. Don't talk about your things, man. There's witchcraft out there. People don't wish you well. You got to be careful. You got to protect your ideas. But yeah, don't be. I guess. Don't be. Don't be jealous.
I think like not talking about your ideas, even like things don't go according to your plan, you are the one who knows about it. No one will be saying, not was saying I will be doing this and that. Where's the achievement? Look how he felt and everything. So even if you don't reach a certain standard, you're able
Hold on, explain that again.
I'm saying not sharing your ideas, what you are busy with while you haven't accomplished it.
No, it's got nothing to do with that. It's got to do with witchcraft, dog. Like, don't change what I'm saying.
No, I'm just adding.
No, don't. No, don't add. Don't add. Like, you're changing the context of what I'm saying. No, the concept is that there's witchcraft. There are people out there who are determined to see other people failing, who are determined to see other people in misery. You know what I mean? That is it. That is what you need to guard against. I'm warning people against guarding against. Now you're gonna sugarcoat it with some sprinkles of like, yeah, but also no.
No, this is not.
That's it.
Yeah. No.
You know what I mean? Like that's the reason why I'm saying that. Like that's the main reason I'm emphasizing that. But thank you for your time, man. And thank you for inviting me.
I'm the one honored here. I'm the one honored to have you. Let me say, like it's not good for you to say that. I'm the one who's supposed to say that. Thank you for making your time. No, like seriously, I feel honored to have you. I don't take this lightly. Like you're a man who's always busy out there, grinding, putting work. So you could be using this time to do something.
I'm really not busy.
No, man, like you could seriously be using this time to do something that can bring you check on the table, but you decided to come here.
No, not really.
And despite everything, bro,
that's a waste of time. If you're doing something to bring you a check on the table, you're wasting your time.
I really appreciate.
Think about it. Think about it. Think about it.
For me, I will say it's not, because like I'm from like a poor background. You see, so I need this money, to take care of my mom.
Survival.
Yes, I need this money to pay, like there are certain fees that are not covered by
don't
my
say poor
bursary.
background. Say, you come from a financially challenged background.
Still poverty.
No, not really.
If you can see
Not
where
really.
I'm from,
Let me tell you why. There's people that don't have love. You understand what I'm saying? There's people that have never hugged their mothers. So also another thing is that the reason why I say don't say like that is that, like, everyone who always defaults to identifying with poverty in their own background basically then inadvertently puts someone else in a position where they are now, oh, you're the privileged one. You understand what I'm saying? And that's an adversarial position. Because for there to be privileged people, there needs to be poor people, because they wouldn't be having a privilege if they weren't those less fortunate, right? So, your adversaries, for you to be privileged, I need to be poor. So you're my enemy. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the thing, is that you come from a financially challenged background. Finances go up and down. So you had challenges. You know what I mean? But now when you say you come from a poor background, it's like, was money everything? Is there nothing else you learned in life? Did you not learn manners, respect, obedience, discipline? The love of God? You know what I mean? So yeah. Be careful. Like I said, I'm pedantic. You gotta use the right words.
I'm hearing what you're saying, but like
you're thinking of it differently.
Yeah,
because now you don't have an excuse to have the poverty victimhood mentality now.
I'm not playing a victim in this case. I'm just acknowledging to say this is how bad things are. This is how I found it.
But what's bad?
Not having the means to do certain things.
What are the means?
Not being able to have a position.
A position. There's the thing is that you're trying to find every way to not boil it down to the only problem was money.
Yes.
And therefore, he saw money as everything.
No.
Because if the only problem was money, right, and then he's using money as an excuse for every single problem, you know what I mean? Is that he saw money as the only thing. That it's the only thing. Money is not the only thing. So if money is not the only thing and it's a problem, it's not the only problem. There could be other problems, but it's not the only thing. So there could be other things that are not problematic. So that's what I'm saying, that the obsession with money is what makes us poor. Because, the poorest person is the one who only has money.
Don't you need one right now?
No.
Are you sure?
I use money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I use money.
No, bro.
So I'm just saying, like, breaking out of that thing is very difficult, because it negates each and every single good thing that education can give you. And that's what I'm saying. Like, let me put it to you like this: when I was in creche, right, the other kids in creche were scared to speak to the teachers because the teachers were white. Now you need to understand that mostly in our education system, it's a white education system. Chances are, if you're not being taught by a white person, you're being taught white culture, right? Okay, so whiteness has got a certain superiority in your life. It matters. You understand? But I grew up in a household where my dad's architect, the guy who draws the plans for the houses my dad's built, the guy who gets paid by my dad, is a white guy. You know what I mean? His name is Jack Bond. He comes to the house, he works for my dad. He's a white guy, works for my dad. So as a child growing up, white guy works for my dad. Done. I'll never ever see a white person as a person who's superior. You understand? And it's a small thing. But then I realized that other black people had not seen that. So in crash, the kids want to fucking piss. The kids needs to pee. And I can't for the life of me understand, like, why the fuck are you scared to say, yo, teacher, this guy wants to go to the toilet. Please let him go to the toilet. Like, he's going to piss on himself like now. You know what I mean? And the kid would be allowed to go to the toilet. And all the other kids would look at me like, ugh. And then guess what happened? After I did that, all the other kids, now when they wanted to piss, they come to me. Like, automatically. Who announced? I'm the toilet monitor. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was the thing. And it's because they've got that fear mindset. So it models everything. So now you cannot have a negotiation. You go for your first job. Boss says he's paying you 2,000 per month. You say yes, but you're taking it. Why the fuck are you taking it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, a guy offered me like that much, right? He offered me 2,500. Ended up making him pay me 4,000. And then I made him pay me an additional
Good negotiator.
300,000.
Yeah, good negotiator.
Dollars.
Yeah.
So I made him pay me 4,000 a month for 12 months, and then an additional 300,000. So that's $348,000
It's a skill to negotiate.
from $2,500 per month for 12 months. I named my price. Yeah, that's not because I was like, no fucking ways, bro. And I'm not seeing him as if he's doing me a favor. I'm like, nah, you're getting something from me. Like, what the fuck? I'm doing you a favor, dude.
You need me.
Yeah, you need me.
Yes.
Like, seriously, who's gonna do the fucking garden? It's not for Jabu. No one. Michael's not gonna do his own fucking garden. You know what I mean? Jabu needs to do the fucking garden. So when Jabu is getting offered how much he needs to be paid, Jabu needs to think for himself. You know what I mean? That's the thing. And then he needs to do his job and be the best at it. So that eliminating that poverty mindset within your head is very important. It's the most critical things that one can do for themselves.
In closing this,
In closing, I'm about to go to the Artivist and eat some nyama choma. Check out the Artivist. It's owned by a good friend, Bradley in Kenzero, supporting local businesses out here in Braamfontein. Shop.
thank you so
It's
much.
it's on number 40 Reserve Street, ne? I don't know. It's on
I
Reserve
only
Street.
know another
Reserve Street
place
is very
where
short.
they
It's
sell
fine.
meat. Yeah. Oh, man. Thanks so much, bro, for making time to come here. Please, man, go and vote.
No.
Please go and
No,
vote.
no, no,
bro.
no, no.
Let's go
Listen,
and
guys, let me tell you something. If you don't want to vote, don't vote. Okay? If you feel like you're an ANC supporter, right? You've been a loyal ANC supporter your whole entire life, and the ANC is failing you, the best thing you can do is not vote at all.
We need your vote.
No.
It's
The
very
parties
important.
that want a seat, they need your vote. Let them convince you that they deserve your vote. Don't just give away your vote. Fucking hell, dog.
Bro,
You're gonna leave your house, dog. It's a fucking free public holiday. Sit inside your crib unless some motherfucker is giving you a reason to put him in parliament. That's it.
Bro.
No.
So many,
No.
there's
You're not
MK,
gonna convince me. I
there's
don't get.
ANC,
It's
there's
not about
EFF,
options. It's not about the
there's
options.
Tutuzan.
No, it's not about the options.
No one has
not about
convinced
the
you
options.
that they deserve your vote.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Read their manifestos, bro.
I've read all of them. Come on. No one's convinced me. I'm just saying that this thing of telling people, yo, you must vote. No, you don't need to fucking vote. Okay.
I'm
These
praying
guys
for you.
these guys must do the work to convince you to vote. That's the thing, is that they put the pressure on the voters, as if the voters are the ones that are supposed to deliver. No, they're supposed to be the ones that are delivering. And if they were delivering, people would have no problems voting for them. No problems. But they're not delivering. And that's why there's voter apathy. And therefore they must suffer.
Sometimes it's not vote apathy. If you see someone is not doing the work, there's a need for you to vote them out and put someone that you believe will do the work.
No, it's because you understand the system. The system is that the votes are bought. They're paid for by the donors. You understand? The donor class controls everything. They put in the politicians that they want. And even if they don't get the politicians that they want, they fire the politicians that are serving the people and then put in the politicians that they want. They figured that out.
So you're telling me even if I vote, it doesn't help?
It doesn't help. The donor class buys your vote.
I'm still going to vote, though.
You're going to
And I
vote,
hope-
it's fine.
I hope
You're
the
going to
people-
vote, it's fine. But you're going to put someone in parliament who's going to be bought
Hmm.
by someone who's got more money than you.
I don't have any money.
Exactly. So what's the
I'm
point?
broke.
What's the point? You're not.
I'm broke.
So then,
I can't find no one.
yes. So that's the thing. Is that now figure out, okay, how do I overcome this system and the way it is? Yes. You need to figure out a way to overcome it.
Bro, thank you so much, and I wish you all the best, bro, in everything that you do. From another black man who's inspired by your achievement to another who has done a lot. I just want to say we are inspired by what you have done.
Thank you, bro.
There is no quest without you. You know, there's
Yeah, there's a lot more.
there's a lot that you have done. So whether they acknowledge you or not, even like Casper, I hope he's inspired by you. He was able to do his moves because he could see some of your moves, whether he acknowledges or not. So there's so many who are inspired by you. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it, man.
No problem. Sharp.
Guys, thank you for watching this episode. Please make sure that you subscribe and like. We'll see you in our next episode.
You forgot the rebellious part.
Oh, okay. This episode is sponsored by Rebellious Clothing. You can go and check them on Instagram, Rebellious Clothing. There's their contact details. There is their link to their platform. You can order your merchandise from there. Please make sure that you check them out, guys. Sure.